Let's go further, children, with the next question. What is the next question trying to say? The next question says, if 5a plus 6b upon 5a minus 6b is 5, find the value of 2a square plus 3b square upon 2a square minus 3b square. Now, if you all have gone through my previous videos, you all will get it that sir always stated that you have to have ratios. Sir stated 4-point theory. What is the 4-point theory? What are those 4-point theory? Ratio, power, coefficient, endo. So I insisted and I kept on insisting that you have to have a ratio. In the previous sums you had a ratio. In this question you don't have a ratio. Now when I say ratio, that means I just want a by b or x by y or p by q. Is it a by b given to us? No. So all that 4-point theory stays there so long as we don't have the ratio. So very first thing is, whenever we have sums of this nature, we have to find out ratio first. And how that can be found out, I shall tell you. So I have to have, see, this particular sum will be solved by 4-point theory, right? But for that we have to have a ratio, which is missing as of now. So let's start. What is the question? In which form the question is? The question is in componendo dividendo. There are many who said it correctly. Question itself is in componendo dividendo. Children, one more technique, one more tip. Whenever the question is in componendo dividendo, go for it, apply componendo dividendo. Always. When your question is in componendo dividendo, the very first step is what you are supposed to do is componendo dividendo. That is, apply componendo dividendo to your question. Apply componendo dividendo to your question. I shall tell you everything within this particular sum. I shall give you one shortcut also. Right? In many boards, don't apply the shortcut, but you can always cross-check your answer with that. Right? What is it? Let's see. So, as I stated, whenever ratio is not given, we look at the question here. The question itself is in componendo dividendo. Go for componendo dividendo. What I mean by saying is 5a plus 6b upon 5a minus 6b is 5. Nothing is there in the denominator, we shall say 1. If nothing is there in the denominator, we shall always take it as 1. Right? And as I stated many times in this video, what? Go for componendo dividendo. So by componendo and dividendo. Now you might be wondering that, sir, there are two terms. I shall tell you one simple thing. Take entire numerator as a, entire denominator as b. Just take entire numerator as a, or if you want some other variable, p. Entire denominator as q. What if I apply componendo dividendo to p by q? Take entire numerator as p, take entire denominator as q, right? And what if I apply componendo dividendo to p by q? I shall get p plus q upon p minus q. I shall get p plus q upon p minus q. So, by componendo dividendo, p plus q upon p minus, since I have minus followed by a binomial, there has to be one extra parenthesis. There has to be one parenthesis. Same thing on the RHS, 5 plus 1, 5 minus 1. What happens? Children, you all tend to do componendo dividendo on the LHS, but you fail. You forget to do it on the RHS. 5 plus 1 upon 5 minus 1. That's the one thing, first thing, which normally, not all, many people do so. Many students commit this silly mistake. Second silly mistake committed. It is 5 plus 1 and not 1 minus 5. There are many who might take 1 minus 5. 5 plus 1, 5 minus 1. Numerator plus denominator, numerator minus denominator. Right? Let's see what happens. Plus 6b minus 6b gets cancels off. I'm left with 5a plus 5a, 10a. When I solve 5a plus 6b minus 5a minus of minus plus 6b is 5 plus 1, 6 by 4. Here minus 5a plus 5a gets cancels off. 10a by 12b is 6 by 4, which you can easily cancel. 2 times, 3 times, I got answer as 3 by 2. I got answer as 3 by 2. Right, children? So always, first, whatever could be the numerator, take whole as p, whole as q, apply componendo dividendo. Sir, you said that you are going to give us a technique. Indeed, yes, I am. Whenever you apply componendo dividendo to a question which is already in componendo dividendo, the answer is always by default twice of the first term upon twice of the second term. I shall show you with a different marker. You show this because there are many boards who want all the steps, right? You can reach to this direct answer. You can reach to this direct answer, right? By the technique which I am giving you. What did I say? Whenever you apply componendo dividendo to this particular question, whenever you apply componendo dividendo to this particular question, this is something technique, children. Please, this is something technique as I stated. So don't you do it in every single sum. Ask your school teachers if they allow, fine. Otherwise, please show all these steps. Answer is twice of the first term. So twice of the first term. The first term is 5a upon twice of the second term. Always. And the second term is nothing but 6b. Forget about the signs what we have. My first term is 5a. My second term is 6b. And apply componendo dividendo, which we should. 5 plus 1, 6. 5 minus 1, 4. How much is this? 5 twos are 10a. How much is this? 6 twos are 12b. On reducing, will I get 3 by 2? That's what we got it. Still, there are many thinking, there are many who are thinking that, sir, should we not reduce this? You should. 2 5s are 2 6s are. So ultimately, I'm left with 5a by 6b as 3 by 2. I am now wanting a by b. So can I say a by b is 3 by 2 into 6 by 5. Why? Because you wanted ratio. 2 1 times 2, 3 times. Anything further getting cancelled? No. So my a by b is equals to 3 3s are 9 by 5. My a by b is 9 by 5. I hope you got it everything. Twice of the first term, twice of the second term, easy way. So you can cross-check that whether you're right or wrong. Right? We just have got ratio. Our sum is yet to be done. What next? I intend to find out the value of this. What is 4-point theory? Ratio, power, coefficient, dendo. Last 3.5 minutes. We were not having any ratio actually. So we were finding ratio. Now apply. We have ratio. Ratio, power. What is the power? Degree 2. So what is the next step? Squaring on both the sides. Squaring. After this, squaring on both the sides. Why did we went for squaring? Because it's a square and b square. The moment I go and square it out, what happens? A square by b square is 9 square 81, 5 square 25, 81 by 25. Ratio, power. Coefficient. Who is there with A? 2. Who is there with B? 3. Multiply by 2 by 3 on both the sides. When I multiply by 2 by 3, I'll get 2a square upon 3b square. 2 by 3 into 81 by 25. If things are getting cancelled, please do so. If not, multiply it. 81 2s are 162. 25 3s are 125. Right? Next, ratio, power, coefficient. Dendos. What is the question? The question itself is in componendo dividendo. Is it? Apply componendo dividendo. By componendo and dividendo. 2a square plus 3b square. 2a square minus 3b square. 162 plus 125. 162 minus 125. 2a square plus 3b square upon 2a square minus 3b square. How much is 162 plus 125? 287. Those who can't do it very fast, 162 plus 100, 262. 262 plus 20, 282 plus 5, 287. 287 upon, how much is 162 minus 125? How much if I subtract 162, or if I subtract 130 from 162? 32 left, plus 5, 37. As simple as that, children. So if we are not being given ratio, we find out the ratio, and then 4-point theory. Keep this in mind, children, to cross check, right? When you apply componendo dividendo to a componendo dividendo, you always have twice of the first term, twice of the second term. Be careful. Componendo dividendo, you need to apply on the RHS also. That's all the need and all the care you need to take it. As simple as that.